Welcome back to Yijin Hardware. In the previous video, we learned about the feed rate, one of the three key elements of CNC turning. In this video, we will discuss the cutting depth. Cutting depth refers to the width of the cut perpendicular to the feed direction and is measured in millimeters. Simply put, it is the difference between the unmachined surface and the machined surface. More precisely, it is half the difference between the unmachined diameter and the machined diameter of the workpiece. The impact of cutting depth on tool life is smaller compared to cutting speed and feed rate. When the cutting depth is too shallow, it can cause the tool to scrape the workpiece, only cutting into the hardened surface layer, which shortens the tool's life. When the workpiece surface has a hardened oxide layer, you should select the maximum possible cutting depth within the machine's power limit to avoid abnormal wear or damage to the tool tip by cutting only the surface hardened layer. Another important tip is that the cutting depth should be greater than the tool tip radius during turning. When the cutting depth is smaller than the tool tip radius, the radial force on the workpiece increases with the cutting depth. However, when the cutting depth equals or exceeds the tool tip radius, the radial force stabilizes at its maximum value. Choosing the right cutting depth should primarily consider the workpiece's machining allowance, shape, machine power, and rigidity. In our actual machining processes, to ensure effective chip breaking, the cutting depth must be matched with the appropriate feed rate. This is how you can maximize the performance of the chip breaking groove of the cutting tool. The specific ratio should be determined based on the roughing and finishing materials and adjusted according to the manufacturer's chip breaking groove application guidelines and actual machining practices. In the next video, we will discuss the ISO 13399 standard for CNC tools. This standardizes the expression of cutting tool information across the CNC industry. Subscribe to our channel to easily learn CNC knowledge and make a little progress every day.